respond, but first let's hear what Gail thinks about this at Wheelock College. Gail, what's your view on it?
Well, I think we definitely need to change the conversation around the victimization of women by men. And what nobody's talking about here is that we should really put the focus on the men because they actually perpetrate this violence against women. And I think what we need to think about is the concept of slut. You cannot reclaim a word that was never yours. Women never define the term slut for themselves. This is a term thrown at them by men in a culture that gives rise to the very same violence that causes women to be victimized. So I would argue that we need to change behaviour. We need to change the way women are thought of. We need to change the way that women's sexuality is thought of. But to buy into the concept of slut and to buy into the same ideology that produces the idea that women are sluts, I mean, where is the male equivalent of this? Where is the discussion about male violence against women? So what I would like to see is maybe a perp walk and have perpetrators come out so we can start educating them and we can start educating the police about what it means for violence against women and however women dress, however they look, however age they are, it has absolutely nothing to do with the violence that men perpetrate.
Okay, I know we are going to get into some conversation about the word itself, but first of all, absurd and non-productive, Heather, was the description used by Susanna Breslin. You want to comment on that?
I find it rather interesting that thousands of people who have stopped being silent and have started joining in action in their streets with so many other thousands of people is suddenly deemed absurd. And to be said that we're not taken seriously, I would challenge that, to say that we're not just a bunch of slutty women walking through the street, and anybody who suggests that is clearly misinformed. We have been fighting...
There's no such thing as a slutty woman. There's no such thing as slutty women. That's a male invention. We don't have to respond to that because it doesn't exist in reality.
But I want to respond to that. Queer is another example of a word that was thrown at a community of people that was not theirs to begin with and was made to damage them. And this is a word that we have seen has been reclaimed. I use this word to describe myself, and it is damn empowering. And for me to call myself whatever language I want, if I find it empowering, for somebody else to say that that's not a right choice when this is my choice, I find